Like, it was doing all this really weird kind of almost childish stuff.
Tug of war.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't understand that scene at all. I mean, they're like, well, we're going to prove to you that there's something here by plugging. We do this every day. I'm like,
Yeah.
why?
Hey everyone, it's another episode of Split Screen.
Split Screen.
I'm Tony,
And I'm Don.
and we are reviewing The Endless.
The Endless. What is Endless?
It is pretty much a cult movie based on like UFO death cults.
This is our part of our Cultober series.
Cultober.
I guess.
Someone out there said that people like cult movies, and we've watched a bunch.
You mean the AI?
Yeah. Using its research from who knows how many.
Using its vast generic research.
That may have not been updated since the last batch time.
It totally wasn't. It's making it up as it goes along, huh? They really just like throw random things.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
But I thought this was an interesting one because it was cult and sci-fi. So I thought, maybe the Don would enjoy it slightly more.
I didn't look up the information on it.
No.
Darn.
Yeah.
How much was it? What was the budget?
I have no idea.
Who did it?
No idea.
Oh my gosh. You go ahead and talk about it. I'm just going to look it up real quick and I'll give you a little thing.
So The Endless, quick synopsis. Two brothers had escaped from a cult previously. They were kind of known for it, did some interviews about it, tried living their lives. The oldest brother is more of a realist. The youngest brother kind of misses the cult times, doesn't quite remember them. He was younger, but he just feels it was good and that it's better than his current life. They get a package, which leads them going back to the cult to look into it and see what's going on with those people. We start that little cult hijinks pretty quickly, where the cult seems really nice and cool. And surprisingly enough, most of the cult is not necessarily violent or super evil to each other.
Really were.
But the god or entity or whatever it is that is associated with the cult, whether it's an alien or who knows what, is interesting in the way it presents itself and ultimately the twist of what it does to the cult members. We get to the point where the younger brother no longer wants to be a part of the cult after some dangerous ideas about what the cult does and what happens to its members, and they escape and leave.
Yeah, pretty simple movie, huh?
Yeah.
It was made for like maybe $250,000. That's it.
Okay.
It's got a high rating on Rotten.
Mhm.
Surprisingly.
I can see because what year was this movie released?
2011 again? Something like that?
Okay.
That's
because again, it almost has that sort of same.
No. 2017, 2018.
Okay. It's a lot more.
What is he wearing using a flip phone in it then?
Yeah. Maybe it was like dated for like the past.
Must have.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess.
Like it was the 90s. Because remember, it was at least, what? I don't know how many years since the kids had left. Was it over 10? It had to be over 10. That was like 15 or something years. Well, the death cult resets every 20.
Yeah, no.
Every 20 years.
Yeah, I think it was closer to that.
So they're in their late 30s, something like that. Okay. All right. Yeah, so I can see.
Yeah. Yep. Not a lot of information on it. It's yeah, I mean, when you want to give it a 3, because I hate to say it, but I found this one, even though I like parts of it, actually, I'll give you my 3.
Okay.
I like the idea of it. I mean, it's a cult. These two kids escaped because they were kids at the time. One of them remembers the cult fondly. The other one, thinks it's a death cult.
Yeah.
And they had already, he told them that they had already killed each other a long time ago, but they end up not. They get back there, and it really does wrap a lot of sci-fi stuff where, I mean, there is a entity, but it's a time looping entity.
Yeah.
Where they're actually stuck in a time loop, and they achieve ascension, and then they start over again the same day.
Yeah.
And I guess if you're inside this time loop, you live forever.
Yeah.
I like that. But number
execution.
it's low budget. The color palette on the most of the 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 movie was brown.
Dusty. They're in like the desert or
The
something
desert,
too.
but yeah, but you know what? There's color in the desert, and
Yeah,
I know that they're in some kind of dimension, that exists outside of time.
Mhm.
But really, putting that brown filter on everything didn't do anything for me. And then third negative, actually, there was the positive at the beginning. Third negative would be the ending. They just escape, and it's
Mhm.
pretty much back to the way it was before they even got there.
Yeah.
So, what was the point of them even going?
The younger brother's new lease and agency on life
Yes, but
after
he had no
realizing.
motivation to change, to want to escape at the end after he had decided that he didn't mind being in a time loop.
He got his brother's respect.
I I guess in
That's
a
literally what was
like
said.
couple of minutes, very unsatisfying ending.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's great what they did for the budget, but the execution, not so much. Okay, that was my short 3 for once. Nice.
Yeah, look at
Yeah,
that.
yeah. Go ahead. I'll try not to interrupt.
Uh-huh. All right. Number one, my biggest negative is I don't feel, even for what it was doing, I still didn't feel like it was enough. There was something about whether it was the real lack of payoff of maybe really seeing something, or again, how like the brothers turned around. I
I did
felt,
like the lake scene.
yeah.
I thought that, whatever creature that was down under the lake, I
Mhm.
thought that was very nicely done.
Yeah.
Very simple effect. So, I mean, I got a presence of size,
Mhm.
idea of the scope of things.
Yeah. But when it wasn't, being in the lake, it was like
In the sky pulling
throwing
right.
around
Well,
like videotapes and like sending secret code messages. It was just
it made this it was just yeah.
yeah, it really reminds me of Archive 81 for anyone who watched it, where you kind of meet this entity or god behind the scenes and you see how kind of lackluster it is in certain cases. Um, so I think that's the first one. I didn't like that. Number two, I'd probably have to give it again. It had this just kind of monotone energy to it where I guess it makes sense for like cult members. And there were certain people who were outside of it. Like it was a breath of fresh air when the one guy that was constantly walking kind of showed up and there was a little bit of energy.
I didn't really get that part. I mean, he was stuck,
Mhm.
but if they were able to escape, why couldn't he escape?
I don't know.
Was the entity giving special focus to him in the cabin? Because he wasn't able to leave that cabin.
Yeah.
So he was just looping back and forth. Even if he walked outside of it,
Yeah.
it would loop straight back into it. I didn't understand that.
Mhm.
Right.
Maybe.
He was an odd man out. He was
Because there was two more. It was
loving a
him.
woman.
Yeah, him, the woman who was looking for her husband, and then they couldn't find him. And then there was the two friends. One of them knew the guy who was walking around angry, who had told him he'd give him a gun. And then his friend that was up in that other house, which they would kill themselves by fire. He set the house on fire and they'd reslit. So there were certain things where it's like these are cool elements, but I don't really think it knew how to bring them together.
No.
Good idea though. Like three conceptually, I really like the movie. I
Yeah.
feel with enough of different things, like maybe the entity being a little bit more aggressive in what it does. Because it had one thing I like about this is that instead of making us take too long to know if there's something real or because that's usually the question. Are these people lying and crazy or is there something?
So what was I have to ask, let me interrupt your 3 points. What was the point of the entity though? What was its reward? Why was it doing that? I mean, I can understand if you have something like that and it feeds off the energy of something, which
Mhm.
is it's got to eat, but what was the purpose?
I don't know. It really felt like again, it's this like low hanging. It almost feels like it's a lesser being
Okay, yeah,
with some.
but they established it wasn't just some kind of natural phenomenon. It was
No,
an entity.
it was an entity. It had the choice to pull the rope or not pull the rope
Could
based
have
on how
pulled it
much it
every day,
liked you.
I guess.
Yeah,
Why? Why would it
like it was doing all this really weird kind of almost childish stuff.
tug of war? I
Yeah.
mean, I didn't understand that scene at all. I mean, they're like, well, we're going to prove to you that there's something here
Mhm.
by plugging. We do this every time, every day. I'm like,
Yeah.
why?
It
Why?
was almost like it's just how much it liked you. "Oh, I'm not gonna hold it too tight today," or, "Oh," like the older brother, "I hate you, I'm gonna yank it
No, that
and pull you."
they were acting like it meant something if you couldn't hold your ground
It was
or
how much you were faithful.
yeah, but there was no repercussion to that.
No.
They were both the outcomes to both of them if you couldn't hold it was the same versus if you could. I I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah, there was these little things that just kind of dropped off of the tracks every now and then.
so
So,
what's your 3? What's your 3rd?
my 3rd?
Yep.
Thought I did 3 already.
Nope, you only did 2. I interrupted your second.
Gosh, always. Should've known.
Because I'm lame. I'm lame like that. Come on,
Should've known.
give me.
I wish I had more out of the actual main cult members, because I feel like most of them were kinda like, "Whatever." There was the girl who, I guess, liked him since he was a kid or something, and went through the death thing and was 20 years older and still liked them. I don't know. That was weird.
Yeah, I didn't get that either.
Um, I just don't think they did anything. I don't feel like they had it, for a cult movie, there's just no impact, I think, from any of the other characters. They were fun to talk to now and then. They kind of maybe painting a little bit of a picture of what life was like there, but ultimately, so many of them did nothing. It was really, again, up until when we meet like the angry walking guy, who's the most interesting because he's the only one that seems kind of distraught
Uh-huh.
with the place, that it kinda changed, and you met these fun characters and the goofy drug addict and his friend with, like, so the movie takes way too long to start. I guess that's my other way. It takes way too long to
Oh
start.
my gosh, it
It
does.
it it gives us nuggets of the entity being real, like that really cool phenomenon with, like, the split moons up in the visage, like, there was still stuff like that. I'm like, "Okay, this is neat." But, again, execution. I think you
Yeah.
dropped the ball.
Yeah, no, I agree. You know what? This is gonna be a short one because I don't
Yeah.
have a lot to say about this movie.
No.
I mean, my 3 points pretty much covered it all. I just felt it could have been more. It wasn't good and it wasn't bad.
Mhm.
It just was.
Yeah.
And I have to applaud him for, making a movie on such a low budget, particularly with this quality, even though the
Mhm.
palette was brown, but not satisfying in any way. I mean,
Yeah.
they needed to hand the script off to somebody else to ask their opinion, I think,
Yeah.
because I think the reason why is because they were too intimate with what they had written,
Maybe.
and they didn't ask anybody to go, "Do you think this works?" It would have been like, "No, it just you need to none of this makes any sense."
Yeah.
You're just I don't know, leading it one moment it's a cult, the next is this hardcore sci-fi element of time looping. So, how do you bring those 2 together?
Yeah.
Well, they don't in a satisfying way because literally the ending starts out at the beginning
Yeah.
where everything resets and nothing has changed.
Yeah, they tried
So,
to this movie is very much there's a element we added, and it's a feature and a bug. For instance, the death cult is a death cult because the entity will kill you in a loop every 20 years, or
mhm.
if you're trying to escape, you have to, harm yourself to try to get out of it in some weird way, which was never fully explained either, because these people have been doing it over and over and over again, yet they're still trapped. So how much longer do they need?
They're
Who knows?
are they even trapped?
That's what it seemed like, yeah.
Because I thought that they made a choice. I mean, other than a handful of the people around, the rest of them made a choice to
Yeah.
to
To keep going.
ascend and then be
Yeah.
re-looped back into the system.
Yeah, which makes me wonder if that's why the brothers were not fully a part of it because they hadn't gone through the cycle yet. I think that's why they were able to actually get
I
out.
don't understand how they didn't, because supposedly they came there after their parents had died in a car crash,
Mhm,
right? Car accident. So they stayed there for a while.
mhm.
So
I don't think they
I don't know what the looping is then. Does it happen every 20 years? Obviously not, because the people were still the same age. I-
well,
does
we're
it happen every night? For the guy in the cabin, it happened every minute.
well, then as long as they're there, it doesn't seem like they age. So, like, when you die, it seems like that's the age you stay because when they left, the kid said she's, like, 20 years older than you, which was the weird part. So that means he heard of the stories of the ascension. He realized that was them dying. He got his little brother out of there. Everyone that was there died from the entity.
So how often does the ascension happen?
It seems like it's every 20 years.
But then why are they looping at that time, and why is the guy in the cabin looping every day?
Probably because he harmed himself, so he's the only one that has, like, deaths that are shorter, because everyone else is just living their lives up until the 20 years is over.
See,
Yeah, see, that's what I mean.
yeah, I mean, we can speculate, but I don't think there's really anything. I mean,
No.
yeah. So what's your rating? What do you think?
4.5.
You know, we're not doing points, right?
Fine.
We moved to a
5.
10-point system.
I'll give it
so-
5.
All right. I was giving it 5 too. 4.75.
Yeah.
Yeah, I give it a 5. I never liked or disliked. I want something more.
It did help me sleep, though.
Yeah, no, it definitely did. I didn't like the brothers. I mean, I thought, you know, acting wise in this movie is pretty much what I expect for this budget. I wasn't engaged by either of the brothers.
Yeah.
You know, the one that wanted to stay and the one that didn't. They weren't convincing to me on the way they were interacting. And then the whole at the end where the brother who wanted to stay decided to change because his brother had finally decided to see him as an adult. Yeah, okay, no.
Yeah.
So yeah, 5, and that's it. That's it.
Yeah, I just think movies like this need to move faster. And then 2, every movie tries to sell the cult. And most of these cult movies don't sell the cult. Like, it doesn't make you interested. It doesn't seem that appealing. This one had little bits of like, ooh, the one guy looks like he's doing magic. And there's these neat things that happen. But ultimately, there's no reason for the brother to go back. Like, no matter what, there's no reason. And the time back did not prove to be good either, with the weird stuff happening. And so, yeah, the endless met its end. And
Oh my
and
god.
so does this review. That's where I was getting, because there's not much else to say about it.
Yes.
Yeah.
We will not make this review endless like some of our others. So we will end this now with a like, comment, and subscribe.
Thank you. Yes.
Did anybody else see this? Because I've seen the poster, the picture, that we got up here, and I liked it. It's colorful. It's the movie. This isn't the movie though. This isn't the movie. There's a CGI storm at the end, which is really bad.
It's horrible.
But that's actually a really nice poster, huh?
Yeah, that's what I talked to.
Yeah. And I don't understand what the little swirly thing is with the trees and stuff like that. Anyway,
Yeah.
tell them to like, comment, subscribe. Again.
Like, comment.
Tell them where else they can find us.
You can find us on Patreon, YouTube.
Yeah. All under the name what? Split Screen?
Split Screen Review.
Split Screen Review?
Yep.
You might actually be able to search us. We might come up at some point.
Yeah.
I
actually saw our name came up with like a moderate search thing on it. We had like a key tag that's a split screen. Now there might be another split screen review I don't know about, but
what you need to do is go search from somebody else's computer.
Yeah.
Because it might, it might be locked into yours with a little cookie.
Well,
oh, you've watched this one from this channel before, or you've looked up that person. Yeah, no. So go to somebody anonymous.
Okay.
And use their computer. Just
So
walk up
way-
to somebody in a coffee shop and say, "Hey, can I check your computer real quick?"
That's an interesting conversation.
That works. Yeah.
I don't know about that.
And be like, "Hey, I'm a reviewer on YouTube. Can I look at your?"
No. You can do that though.
I do it all the time, every day.
Good. I'm glad.
Anyway.
It's so dedicated.
We're out of here. Say goodbye.
Bye.
Bye. Not much to talk about on this one.
No.
Yeah.
It had a lot of
Potential.
parts to it. Like once they introduced the death loop, because I was wondering why they had the one guy who was trapped in like the 10-second loop where he was like instantly like.
Yeah.
So I almost kind of feel like that's not even true. I feel like that's a lie. Because again, these cult members don't know anything. They don't know what this entity does. They can only speculate.
So that's why I still didn't understand why they were still there. If it was so easy to escape, like the brothers did.
Yeah, I don't think it is. I think the only reason the brothers escaped is because they did not get killed by the entity.
Why did the entity call him back?
Because he wanted the other one.
Why did he let him escape?
I don't know. I mean, they still escaped at the end after
How
the fake storm.
how did the entity deliver something to the man?
That's a great question, but he did, because no one there did it.
It didn't seem to be able to control people, right?
I don't know.
So why would it make a VHS tape and send it? Actually, no, I think it was a high 8 tape is what it's used to be
Yeah.
called.
Because she did make a tape and she sent it to like other things, but she never sent it to them. Because the cult, that was the thing. The cult hated them, remember? Because they made the cult look like they were
I'm never going
crazy.
to again.
Yeah,
Never.
me neither.
And with that, we're out of here.
All right.
Splitting in the house, retroactive's gonna break. Long late on the last dragon. Big time, it's movie time. Here on the split screen, movie time. We bring all the riffing, yes, riffing. A leap just high, Superman can fly. I've given my last drop to the pig on prom queen. It's movie time, here on the split screen. A change to riff it.